and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
And you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers. You know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
They go play action. Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up 2nd down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down with a sack at Ziggy Ansah.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 48 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that.
And the pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. And this is caught by C.J. Prosise. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. It'll be Carson. They run for it. And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25 yards that time. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 51 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before. Because
this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 46-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Point back.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 46 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And he's able to put it through. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Throwing is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Here's Cousins.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. Anthony Barr able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw him. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Ezekiel Ansah picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a quick throw to Thielen. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
I'm coming. Hey, Mike's 50,
From the gun, here's Cousins. Going for it all. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Escaping the pressure right. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. And this is taken in at the 5. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's second down.
Let's go, D. Good route here.
Cousins to throw it. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 56 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Easy.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touch. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mike 5-4.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 36.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. You go tight. You can ring up 48. Ring up 48.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
56. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Cousins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
56. Mike 56. Now watch one.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now a 7-0 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Right here.
Hey, John. Black.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. Wait, 80.
Check. Watch 54. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
Six.
Mike 5-4.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Here we go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run with Coleman on first down. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Eric Hendricks in on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 180. Hey, we're going Mike 40. Mike 40. Watch the back. Watch the back.
From the 39, Garoppolo flushed out right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here we go.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Lock. Quit talking about it. I got you.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down and 4, Cousins. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. A first down throw for Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Linval Joseph busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To try again after the sack. Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. 54 Mike. 54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch man.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
No. 21. Rush in.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Nick Bosa Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Here we go. 180. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
49ers 7.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! Shit. 12, fellas, here we go.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
Here we go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
21. 11.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Hey, alert! 12. Hey, alert 3.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Coleman now. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Hey, you got 3 down. Back. 11.
It's Coleman here. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
21. Hey, gun. Go ahead.
They'll run it with Coleman. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On 2nd down, Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw his Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. They call it no gain there on the 1st down play. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Go, go, go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
That's good for our Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got a number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
There goes a deep ball, and this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
About to make a